Sports has always been part of Indigenous cultures for thousands of years, and I think it's another way that we gather and celebrate together as a community, and you're sharing an experience together, and I think that is something that we've always really deeply understood is important, and I think we brought it into all aspects of our lives, and I think sport was one way to do that.
Our Moccasin game was something our elders would teach our uncles and our father and the older generation. So the object of the game is to get soldiers, so that there are the points. And to get one soldier, you need 20 counting sticks. And then to get counting sticks, you want to be hiding marbles or bearings. So there's 4 marbles and one of them is different, and you want to try hide that different one without getting caught. So the longer you can go without getting caught, the more sticks you get. So a good hider will win you your game for you.
A big part of this is the drum, the hand drum, and there are songs to it that are specifically for Moccasin game. We're trying to bring it back.
It's a community game, right? You feel part of the community when you're together with not only your family, but other men in the community.
Well, years ago it was pretty hard for us to get together because of lack of travel. So it was kind of hard for communities, especially with the ones from the north, to get into the city or us to go up and visit them. When we couldn't get together and socialize, we started losing a lot of our culture, language, values, traditional stuff and all that. And we got more into learning about non-native culture.
We weren't able to gather and to do some of these activities. It was kind of in the background, I guess. It wasn't until the 50s that we were allowed to do anything because it was outlawed. That was their way of keeping us down, right? They keep us away from our people, and when we're together, we're a lot stronger, right? And that's one way we thrive is our sense of belonging with our people. So
I always thought it was very important that the Cultural Centre be involved in sports because sport has always been a part of culture for the Indigenous people of Canada, and it has to remain that way. The events that we host was the fastball tournaments. We used to host a senior hockey tournament, and the other ones that we used to host now, and we still are, is the minor hockey tournament. And I think it's more important to have kids involved with minor hockey. It's just something for them that's really important, and I really notice that in the kids. When they come and play hockey at the Hockey for All Centre at Assiniboine Downs, they just are amazed when they walk into the arena and see all this big facility with everything in it that they probably don't have in the communities where they come from, you know. So it's really something for the kids.
As someone who was a woman athlete and as a two-spirit woman myself, I know that there are significantly more barriers to participation in sport and recreation for women and for two-spirit people. So having those spaces where Indigenous youth feel safe and comfortable and celebrated in sport and recreation is huge, because I'm sure all of us have had that experience of ooh, I don't belong here. So I think being able to have the experience of belonging to a team, I think is really huge.
Biggest thing that we try to do at WASAC is to develop youth Indigenous leaders. And sport really gives us an opportunity to do that. It teaches you about teamwork, teaches you about leadership, teaches you about knowing your roles and responsibilities, so that helps in a workplace setting. It teaches you about success and failure as well. Not every time you do something in your life or in a work situation is going to work out as you intended. So to be able to handle those losses, I think that kind of prepares you for things that might not go your way in your personal life as well. So I think sport really, it has all the elements, and it kind of just transcends into whatever field that you go into.
And I think it's an important part of like our healing journey as a people to kind of take back that space of like what sport is for us.
I think sport is very important, that the centre maintains it and keeps it going, so that it keeps the culture going of sporting for Indigenous people for the thousands of years that it's been played since.